Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you today with an article from Red State dated July 2nd. It says, new CIA assessment reveals how far Obama administration went to frame Trump, implicates officials. And there's a picture of this goblin right here, John Brennan, former CIA director, communist. That's not a joke, he actually is. So let's go ahead and see what the CIA has to say. A new CIA assessment was released on Wednesday that shows how far the Obama administration went to stand up to the Russia collusion hoax. To stand up the Russia collusion hoax, I should say, not up to it, but just to keep it going. It says John Ratcliffe announced that all the world will finally see the truth before name-dropping James Clapper, John Brennan, and James Comey as those primarily implicated in the scheme. And by the way, that's the Director of National Intelligence for Obama, the CIA Director, and also the gremlin in the picture right here. And James Comey was the FBI Director, in case you did not know those names. So it says, all three men took unusual direct roles in shaping the now infamous ICA that was released during the presidential transition following the 2016 election. It was that report that would form the building block of the Russian collusion narrative and eventually lead to a special counsel investigation. And I love how there's some Democrats out there like Hillary who set this whole thing up, by the way, if you didn't know. And that's not a joke if you're someone that's hearing that for the first time. She actually did. There's some Democrats out there that still sit there and say that like Trump's a Russian asset. And it's like, guys, it's been debunked for years at this point. Like, again, we know Hillary was the one that set it up. So John Ratcliffe's embedded tweet right there, just thanking the CIA officers. But it says down here, the review identified multiple procedural anomalies that undermine the credibility of the ICA, including a highly compressed production timeline, stringent compartmentation, and excessive involvement of agency heads. Yeah, that could be a problem. I mean, why would they be involved in like a regular investigation? Says it also questioned the exclusion of key intelligence agencies and said media leaks may have influenced analysts to conform to a false narrative of Trump-Russia collusion. Says the rushed timeline to publish both classified and unclassified versions before the presidential transition raised questions about a potential political motive behind the White House tasking and timeline. Says the review found that Brennan directed the compilation of the ICA and that his, Comey's, and Clapper's direct engagement in the ICA's development was highly unusual in both scope and intensity and risked stifling analytic debate. The CIA assessment went on to note that 13 of the 17 intelligence agencies were excluded from the report, with Brennan having handpicked the analysts who produced the ICA. The former Obama lackey also mandated that the discredited, then and now, Steele dossier be included over the objections of the agency's top Russia experts. So it's like red flags everywhere about that this was a setup. It says Brennan handpicked the CIA analysts to compile the ICA and involved only the ODNI, CIA, FBI, and NSA, excluding 13 of the then 17 intelligence agencies. He sidelined the National Intelligence Council and forced the inclusion of the discredited Steele dossier despite objections of the authors and senior CIA Russia experts, so as to push a false narrative that Russia secured Trump's 2016 victory. This was Obama, Comey, Clapper, and Brennan deciding we're going to screw Trump, said Ratcliffe in an exclusive interview. It was, we're going to create this and put the imprimatur of an IC assessment in a way that nobody can question it. They stamped it as Russian collusion and then classified it so nobody could see it. In short, Obama personally ordered top officials to manufacture a pretense to destroy Trump's presidency, and while they didn't wholly succeed, there is no doubt he was severely hamstrung throughout his first term. To this day, the false claim that Trump colluded with Russia to steal the 2016 election remains the predominant belief among Democrats, as I was saying earlier. Says, of course, Brennan, Clapper, and Comey were more than willing to follow Obama's order while sanctimoniously lecturing anyone else about respecting the very institutions they were bastardizing for political gain. Call it a soft coup or something else, but it was a direct attempt to undermine the votes of the American people. Correct. This is like an actual coup to the people that, like to say that about Trump or January 6th or something. Like, this is an actual coup. This is bad. Because none of this is shocking, and much of it has been reported over the years at Red State. I suppose it's better late than never to see the government officially acknowledge this stuff. Still, the million-dollar question is going to be what comes next. Was it legal for Obama, Brennan, Clapper, and Comey to purposefully manipulate intelligence to try to take down a duly elected president? I would say no. It would seem odd if it were, And if it wasn't, when did the arrest start? That's what I'm wondering too, and I'm sure a lot of people are that know about this. Just because I'm pretty sure Republicans aren't going to be satisfied with just an assessment that will be forgotten in a few days, if they even knew about it at all. So there you go. I didn't know if this was something that any of you knew about, but let's leave it on the face of the Goblin Man here. Just an evil man. Yeah, I don't have much else to add to that other than, like, these people should be in prison. They should be spending the rest of their natural lives in prison for doing what they did. So let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.